Everybody, T.C. Brentley, host of God Made Millionaire TV, the hottest show on daytime television. I've been waiting all week for you, yes you, to stop on by and watch our show. And what a debut show we've got lined up for you today. We want to welcome back to the set Miss Pamela Mumm. Pamela is a #1 best-selling author and a keynote speaker and a highly sought-after performance leader who helps teams and organizations aim higher and achieve their true greatness. Pamela has also been designated as one of the top ambassadors for our show with multiple appearances that have certainly made her a fan favorite. So, without any further ado, let's crack open our God Made Millionaire Bank Vault for Season 3 and let's activate some God-given dreams. Pamela, welcome back to the show.
It is so good to be here. I love the work that you're doing on God Made Millionaire.
Well,
I'm
Pamela,
honored.
I love the fact that this is now your third time on our show on God Made Millionaire TV. You are an ambassador now of God Made Millionaire TV, and now you have the privilege and the honor of being our Season 3 debut show, so congratulations.
Thank you. I love, like I said, I love the work that you're doing, and I really am honored to be on this stage with you and to be bringing this word into so many homes.
You know, Pam, you really encapsulate the message of God Made Millionaire TV. I just love your story of how you were a music teacher and then God called you to this kingdom assignment that you're doing, and you're making such a huge impact. Just for the viewers at home, can you just recap that story and bring us up to speed of how you got started in this industry?
Sure. Yeah, I was a high school music teacher for years, and I loved the work that I was doing with the young people. It was always about, I wanted them to be fully prepared to be adults who could make a contribution into the world. So yes, they would sing and yes, they would dance, but I really wanted them to be prepared to be amazing adults. So when I was in 2011, I got an email from the John Maxwell team saying that they were looking for founding members. And I had been using a lot of his material in my classroom before that. So the moment I got that email, I prayed about it. I talked to my best friend about it. We had, all of these discerning conversations. And I knew that that was the time when I was supposed to say yes, leave what was familiar and go into this other venue and start working with adults. And I've loved it. I've never looked back, and I love the work that I'm doing today.
That was a defining moment in your life. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of people thought I was going through some kind of midlife crisis. And I thought, I'm not in a midlife crisis. This is a moment of a real inspiration into what else is possible. What's the next chapter going to be? And it became a great yes.
It's interesting you talk about the yes, because after that yes, there is incredible testimonials that you have in your business. And I'm amazed that God has raised you up in this season, raised up somebody that was a high school music teacher, and now you're this highly successful executive business coach, right?
Yes. Yes, that sounds bragging, but I love it because when I say that I'm successful, it means that anyone who has worked with me has become successful, or they've accomplished and experienced what they want to accomplish and experience. So when I say, yes, I'm successful, it's because I've helped a lot of people experience what they want and get those results.
What I want to do, Pam, is on this show, I want to highlight just a couple of the people that you've been able to assist to really take their life and take their business to a whole nother level. So let's start and let's play this one, the first clip that we have from one of your successful clients.
When we started working together a couple of years ago, we were at low to mid single digit millions in revenue. And since then, now we're right at double digit millions in revenue. We are dramatically more profitable. Our business valuation has multiplied, and I feel like our team is functioning more effectively, and we're better able to ripple through the priorities that we see to really be able to be in tune with each other on the team and effectively work as a group to go after top priorities. So yeah, I would say we've made massive strides. Our apps, I think we've gotten an extra 10 million downloads in that same time period. So even more than just the revenue, if I've learned anything working with you, life isn't about revenue. It is part of the scoreboard, but really for the impact, right? It's okay. Look at this impact we're making on all these learners around the globe, and helping 10 million more professionals to train through their smartphone is, I think, something both you and I can be proud of. So yeah, there's the revenue growth, there's the profitability, and then there's also the impact. So it's been a fun journey, and I firmly believe we're just getting started.
Pam, what an incredible testimonial that was.
I know, Alec is amazing. He's a great CEO. So it's Alec, Ben, and Adam, actually. They've been friends for a long time, and they started this company to help people learn through their phone. We all have our phones with us all the time. So they've really laid out this mobile learning, and they're helping millions of people all around the world who want to be nurses and be in the dental industry. And they're having this impact so that people in Africa can open up their phone, and they can all of a sudden become these great contributors into their communities. So I get to help people who are helping make an impact.
How does that make you feel?
I am beyond proud. I am so excited to be associated with people like that.
That was an incredible money testimonial. They have unheard of results in the financial spectrum, but a high school music teacher, that's your roots, that's where you started. Are you driven by the money? Are you driven by the
money? No, but I love the money, right?
Wait a minute, sing that again, because I interrupted you. I rained on your parade. Say that again.
It's all right. Once was plenty. But because it isn't about the money, but when you're in business, you have to have money or you don't get to continue to have your impact. So it's both. It's the joy, it's the peace, it's the impact, it's the contribution that also has cash, and it has the profitability. It has, I think he mentioned in there that their valuation went up, that they've gone from single-digit millions to double-digit millions. And then they have this culture of people who are all excited about being able to contribute their gifts and be rewarded financially for that while they're creating the impact. It is a win, 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 win. And money is simply one of the measures.
That's incredible. That is incredible. How did they become a client of yours?
So they were referred to me by someone that went from one company that I worked with to another company. And so when Tim started working in this company, he suggested that Alec contact me and let's see what we could do together. And listening to Alec's heart, listening to what he wanted to accomplish, listening to what the founders wanted, listening to what the people who work there wanted, it just became this perfect marriage between yes, we're going to have goals, we're going to have objectives, we're going to have KPIs, we're going to have profit, we're going to have revenue, and along the way, we're going to bring out the best in everyone who works within that organization.
How does a person go and take a company from millions into multiple millions, as has happened here with this first client testimonial?
It's the CEOs who have that vision, and then they're able to share that with everybody else. And when the team can start to see that vision and understand how I can make a contribution to that vision, then I'm not gonna care about the rest of it. I'm gonna know that every day I go to work, I have a gifting, that is a place where I can contribute. It is something that fulfills me. When I contribute, I draw strength into my own life. And then I, as an individual, start to see that, you know, it's not just the CEO that matters, it's everyone within that organization. And that's what he does a beautiful job. He builds everybody up, and he gives them a place to contribute.
That is fantastic. What I want to do is I want to go into your next video testimonial, and let's watch that one right now.
I would say the one thing, the overarching thing that Pam's guidance has really done for me is really helped me feel like I am capable of being the leader that I want to be, that I was hired to be. And as someone who started, as I said, when COVID has also first rearing its head, there was a lot of uncertainty for a lot of time. And having these tools, being able to talk to Pam and attend these sessions to really get curious about the people in my department, to build myself up so that I could help build them up, to help identify what our core values were as a department and then what our steps were to ensure we were living in them. I don't think we would be as strong or as cohesive of a group, of a department, if we didn't have this guidance. I think another big thing that I've learned is that figuring out who I am, figuring out that my intentions can be good, but my actions are what matters. That goes into things like making sure that I am empowering the people around me. I'm a natural problem solver. If someone tells me something, I want to listen, and then I want to help. I want to delve into it. I want to help them fix every issue, solve every problem. But I'm learning more and more that there's a line between being helpful and taking away someone's agency, or implying that someone else can't solve a problem themselves, or that they are not the main person in their own journey. So really, this is especially a recent lesson that I'm learning, is how to take that step back, how to support people around me and to listen to the people around me so that they have the tools that they need to be the masters of their own journey.
Pam, how can that not impact you by watching that testimonial? What an incredible testimonial.
I know. I love Michelle. She is so authentic. She cares about people. And what I love about her journey, she became a new leader during COVID. It's her first managerial position, or leading a team. And through it, she has done the work of figuring out who she is so that she can lead others. She is not a victim of COVID. She's not a victim of her company. She's not a victim of her team. She has really embraced the heart of harmonic performance, done her own work, elevated her own performance, and then she authentically wants her entire team to do well. And you heard that in the testimonial. One of the most amazing things, she talked about the line between helping someone and actually treating them like they cannot handle themselves. So she's really finding this balance of, how do I support and encourage without putting too much of me into somebody else's life, and letting them be the master of their own journey. It's an amazing, amazing journey that she's been on.
Pam, your journey is pretty darn amazing as well. I have to add, do you believe that when God places a gift within you, or a dream per se, do you believe that that gift and that dream isn't really for you, it's for other people? Because had you not said yes to your dream on that fateful day, on the day of your divine appointment, when that email came in to your computer, we wouldn't be on the show right now. You wouldn't be sharing these powerful, life-transforming testimonies. And sis, they all happened because you said yes when it was your turn.
Absolutely. But that is true. Like, I do believe that we all have a dream, or there's a nudge that happens within our life. And when we pay attention to it, we start saying yes to the right things that begin to lead us. And life is for us. I really believe that. God's world is for us. And so as we're working our way through it, we are going to come into contact with people. And in that moment, there's this magic that happens. And then you're right, it isn't my dream. My dream is only fulfilled when I get to serve somebody else.
Hey everybody, TC Bradley, host of God Made Millionaire TV, and I was thinking the other day of how my life was profoundly impacted and changed for the better when I published my first book, Supernatural Success. Within 45 days of publishing that book, I signed a major TV deal to feature and promote my book on that TV show. After that, I published another book, got invited back to another TV show. If you're watching this video, if you've been given a God-given dream, an assignment to publish your book, well, we have a publishing company designed specifically from A to Z to handle all of those details for you. All you need to do right now at this point is set an appointment up with our publishing company so that we can talk to you about bringing your book to the marketplace and your voice to the nations on our show, God Made Millionaire TV, as a published author. Now, your company is Harmonic Performance.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that vision and that dream behind your company.
Yeah, so for me, whenever I say harmony or harmonic, obviously I'm a music person, but I love that that means that there's an internal balance, there's an internal authenticity. There's something that is harmonious within, and then that's what begins to come out into the world. And we begin to see that, oh, when I pay attention to what's going on in me, I can start paying attention to what reality is giving back to me. And it requires both in order for the greatness to show up in the world. It's not me or all of the rest. It's the world and me. And both of them are absolutely vital to bringing this thing, whatever it is, the dream, into reality.
Talk a little bit about the importance of self-image in
Oof.
your success. Because here you come from a humble background, a music teacher, into this high-level, very successful coach. And that internal image, that little fat man sits up on your shoulder going, who do you think you are?
Mm-hmm.
You're just a high school teacher, or you're just so-and-so. Have you had to battle your self-image as you've made this transition into a successful business coach?
All the time, right? Because we can never outperform the image that we have of ourselves. So if I only see myself as someone who can put a limit on that, that's all that I will ever do. So the real work is looking at myself and going, well, what would be possible if I didn't believe that lie about myself? What would be possible if that fear didn't get in the way? And I'm going to tell you that the success is the easy part. The hard part is really coming to grips with what are the lies that we tell ourselves and we believe. And yes, that chatter was on my shoulder all the time. Who do you think you are? You've never done this. You've never been in the tech world. You've never done that. And it's like, I don't need to, because that's not my calling. That's somebody else's dream. Mine is not to live their life. Mine is to be the support and to be the barrier remover so that they can then live into their experience. I'm an amplifier. I'm not a takeover.
Talk about the biggest challenge that you see people have when it comes to activating their God-given dream.
It's doubt. It's doubt and it's fear and it's wondering, what will the world think of this? And when I say it, who's going to think I'm crazy? Who's going to think I'm in a midlife? And because of all of that, we do care. We care what people think about us. But if we could actually turn that inside and go, well, what do I actually think of me? I don't need you to love me because I already love me. I don't need you to believe in my dream because I already believe in my dream. And from that place, we begin to move forward in this empowered and powerful place versus oh, I'm a victim of. I don't have the right education. I don't have all the money I need. I don't have all the skills. I don't. Nobody cares. Step into your fullness. It's so good. It's so big. And I see it everywhere. Every client that I work with has something in there that they've got to go inward before they can actually come back out.
Everyone's got a gift.
Everyone.
Everyone has been given a gift from God, and it's up to you to activate that gift. Now, we do have time for one more video testimonial. Let's go ahead and play this last video testimonial, and then we'll come back and get your thoughts.
My work with Pam has really helped bring focus and direction to our organization and the important work that we do for young people. We've developed a 5-year vision, and more importantly, we've developed a plan to bring that vision to reality. Through my professional career with Pam, I've grown significantly as a leader. She's helped keep me focused on developing and maintaining the culture of doing and being the exceptional. She's helped me differentiate between the important and the unimportant, the relevant and the irrelevant, and that's helped keep us focused on achieving our goals. Her no excuses approach has kept me focused on how we can instead of why we can't. I'm a better executive director, and we're a better organization through Pam's guidance.
Pam, you talk about way to wrap up your video testimonials. What an incredible testimony.
Mr. Keating, he was one of my first champions. When I started working, he was actually the volleyball coach. He was the athletic director at one of the first high schools that I worked in. And since then, he has moved through his journey. He's now the executive director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. So he has always believed in kids. And now he's in a position where he is affecting, and his team are affecting, thousands of students. He is a powerful, powerful ambassador for high school kids.
Wow. Talk a little bit about somebody that has made a difference in your life.
Besides you?
Besides me.
Okay.
Talk about somebody that has, that was one of your mentors, right? Somebody that coached you up, that believed in you. Was it mom? Was it dad? Was it somebody along the way that inspired you to this level of greatness that you're walking in right now?
You know, obviously it's my parents, because, you know, they've been with me the whole time. And even in moments when they were afraid for me, they were supportive. But I do believe in that whole iron sharpens iron. And I look back through my life, and there are so many people that have been influential. Now, not all of them stayed with me and are there today, but they were significant in that moment. When I was an intern, you know, living in New Orleans, working in a psychiatric hospital, I was going through my internship. My mentor, we got to the end of it, and she said, you know what? You did it, but you didn't really show up. You did not bring your gifting into this internship, so I'm not going to pass you. You're going to have to stay longer. And I thought, well, that's crabby. And yet that was one of the best moments, because it was, you can choose to skate, or you could actually choose to level up and lean in and become what you could become. So she was actually, even though it was hard to hear, she was one of the first people that said, listen, young lady, you've been skating. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. Let's talk a little bit about this pandemic that we have come through. When you came onto the show, we just entered into the global pandemic in season 1. Now here you're back on the third time in our debut show. Tell me how this pandemic has affected you and your clients' lives, and how you've navigated these waters.
Yeah, so again, I believe that God's world is for us. So even though it's a pandemic and people talk about shutting down and how terrible it was, you know, with all sensitivity, I get it. There are people who went through some very difficult times. But on the flip side of it, every single one of my clients figured out how to handle themselves, how to stay in this expanded space, waiting for the world to open back up, so that they were on the cusp of explosion. They had a choice. They could either collapse in that moment and be, oh, we're a victim of this virus, Or they could say, you know what, the virus is happening. Who am I going to be while the virus is going on? And that's what they did. And all of my clients actually figured out how to grow their business, how to take care of their people, how to take care of their families, how to take care of themselves. It actually helped them realign to what mattered to them.
Wow. You know, Pam, we're almost out of time. Can you believe that?
No, I
Yet
cannot.
again. But before you go, I have a favor to ask of you.
Okay.
Right now, there are so many people that where you were, that have this dream in them. We have ladies, we have teachers, we have people from 200 nations, 93 million homes, and they're listening to your story about how that one moment changed everything in your life. That one decision you made when that email came in and you said yes to your dream and you've never looked back. Right now, we have so many that are at their defining moments of destiny right now. I want you to speak into the camera. I want you to speak to that woman, speak to that man that they know they've been given this gifting inside, but they're afraid to take that step. Give them your message of hope and encouragement.
Yeah, my message of hope and encouragement would be, you know, it may not be easy because there's fear that goes with it. When I said yes, it wasn't a, yay, let's go. It was a, this is going to be really interesting. But when that fear sets in, that's the moment to really start looking at, when I say yes, what is the impact of that? How can I serve somebody else once I step into that dream? Because that's really the goal, isn't it? Our life matters when we're in service to others. So go for it.
Pam, I love your message. I love what you're about. And I love having you on the show. Will you come back and see us again?
Absolutely. Season 4, I'm in.
That sounds good. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
Pamela, here we are at the end of another show. What a
Yes!
show it was. But before we go, you know what time it is. It's time to do our prosperity dance. Did you bring your shades from Iowa?
Yes, I did.
All right, let's throw our shades on. I'll give you the honors to tell Big Mike. Big Mike, what time is it?
Big Mike, hit my music.
Hey everybody, T.C. Bradley, host of God Made Millionaire TV, and I'm honored and privileged to host the hottest show on TV, where each and every Sunday we feature God's people, faith-based entrepreneurs and leaders activating their God-given dream right before your very eyes. I want to encourage you that if you're somebody that God has given a God-given dream, I invite you to come on our set and activate your God-given dreams. Book a call with our producers and walk in your destiny.